Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, the High Guy Jacobs, and today we're taking a look at the bracket breakdown for Archipelago Raid, in which we, GROP, are currently in G8. Wait, what? Wait, what? How are we in G8? We're ranked 262. Wait, what? G8 is the top of the bracket. Wait, what? Let's see what we have here, because I have a list of all the other teams that we have. Let's see if we can find out where they actually ended up, because I don't think... Like, 69RE is in our bracket. So I don't know why they're here. We're here. It's a pretty big might difference, 8.8 to 6.7. Let's see who else we can find out that is currently with us. See if I can find any of the NASA. So these guys are here with us. 8 billion. They're across the thing from us. We'll take a look, obviously, at the full breakdown. But needless to say, it's a mix of all over the place. And it was 6 billion to 8.8. So we got a big problem in the overall battle rating versus might situation. And as you can tell, we are screwed. No, I'm not going to say screwed. I'm just going to say undermatched. We shouldn't be where we are. We should not be in G8. So to hell with IGG. Congratulations again on dumping us in an absolutely atrocious bracket. But let's go through and see what we're dealing with. See how they think it's fair. Because here's the biggest thing. Okay, we saw... Oh, look at this. 69RE, 15 billion, GROP 2.9. On the rating, 12.9. Right? 14 billion, 2.9. So even 69RE shouldn't be here. This is just horrendous matchmaking. But anyways, let's go through and take a look. We got 69RE first, being led by 0854 Jerry. There's going to be a whole bunch of names I cannot pronounce. But you've got this gentleman up here repping in at 507 million might. That's going to be hopefully someone we'll be relying a lot on. Gold over here. 252, 258. A lot of good hitters coming out of 69RE, but this is exactly why they should be in G8, whereas the rest of us should not. So that makes sense. In rank 3, they're down 217, and then it drops off pretty quickly. Looks like they've got other people in R2, and a mix of some others in R1. But the biggest one we'll be looking at is this 500 and something, 507 gentleman. See what he'll be pulling out from the basics. But that's 69RE, something we'll have to be leaning on heavily. Let's look at GROP. We've got, obviously, myself here. Flash is here. Oni's here. Nolan is here. We've picked up a couple of new players. Fire Medic is fairly new with us. The Rabbit is new with us. Marvin is brand new back with us. I don't want to say brand new, because he was with us originally. He's back with us now. Even Less is here joining with us. Mighty Goalie is joining us here as well. So we've got a couple of new hitters in the bunch. So we'll see how that plays out. SSI 6, their academy, being led by Bonnie. Let's take a look at what they're bringing out of SSI 6. 153, 296, 256 out of Susano, 249, Nata de Coco, Allure. So we got a 296 here. Bit of an older account, 1.2 billion. Got some white parts. More balanced than anything. We'll see what they can do. Good kills. Like to fight. That's nice. But balanced. Deaths, 40 million. That's good. Alright, Utis. I see you. I see you. Sash is over there. Amaterasu. See, the Max Time Traveler. They got a couple of 200,000s or 200 millions in their R3s as well. That's nice. But here's my point. Here, this just kind of shows you 246, 237, right? 500 is in the other one. 296. Well, we look at GROP. Our highest is Fire Medic. He just joined us. Right? We look at Fire Medic. 285 is the highest that we have. I guess it's not too bad by comparison. But you look at everybody else, and the majority of ours is 150 to 250, or like 150 to 200. We've got a couple of outliers, but not very many by comparison, so we should be in the lower brackets of Elite, not in the higher brackets. I blame IGG for this, to be honest. I always blame IGG, to be honest. They're a horrendous company. Why do I still support them? Because the game is good. Like, the game itself, the foundation of the game itself, the community is fantastic. The people I play with, awesome. But the rest, Ted at 320. Looking around, nice. Rider main looks like. 320 with 1.5 million. Mostly tier 6, tier 5. That's good. Likes to fight. That's good. But he's going to be a rider main for sure. Which will be an event for him. This will be his event. He's probably got a couple of really fast marches too. All right, Ted, I see you. We got this guy here. I can't pronounce his name. A bunch of these names I can't pronounce. Sorry, guys. I don't read Asian. Faraj is here. These are guys I've played with before. I know Timo. I've played against him a couple of times. And now we got Team Legend, WRG, being led by Gabriel. 215, 253 out of King. Drops off pretty quickly after that. 395 coming out of Scrapster. We'll have to see what Scrapster puts up. This will be someone else we'll be able to rely on. Though he's got no white parts and he's fully balanced. Low kills. Medium account, low kills. He's probably got a lot of troops, I bet. Scrapster, you'll have some work to do. Falls off after that. 140s after that, so. Come on, WRG. That'll be what you'll have to, have to pull up. So hopefully we'll get those socks pulled up and see what Gold is able to do. Next, we're going to move on to Crimson. Now, Crimson, I've got a lot of experience with these guys. I've played against IMM3. I've played against the Hitmans. Then I've played against Lush. I think I've played against Resistance before and AXA as well. So I kind of know all of these guys. And from what I remember, they're all pretty good. They all hit pretty hard. So once we go through, we've got Child here, 200. We've got Shredder, Outlaw. These guys aren't weak. You know, they do like to fight. They do like to hit. Rider main. Yep, Child's got a pretty nice rider setup. Obviously, they got a couple of new people I've never seen before. I've never seen this guy. This person, sorry. Nothing too special outside of IMM3. We've got Hitmans, HIT, 289 coming from Crash. Sniper coming in at 240. 236, 220. These guys are pretty active, though, so this will be a good one. Hitmans are pretty active. Next, we got Resistance, 210 out of their leader. Mulan is there, 293. Decent ones above 200. 362 out of Barboza. Range main looks like. It's probably going to hit hard. Probably likes to fight a little bit older account, though, so. Interesting. Interesting. All right, that'll be another range main. Hitting like a truck for sure. But that's out of Resistance. Look at that, 10.5. Next, we've got Lush being led by Ender at 209. They've got Golden Mist at 441. 282, 235. Drops off a little bit after that. Into the 200s, under 200s. Golden Mist will be one to have to worry about. Yeah. Older account, full white parts, full 10s. Range main, probably. Well, ranged infantry anyways. It'll be interesting to see. Hits pretty hard, though. 149 account, a little bit older, 441. I'm a little disappointed in their kill ratio, though. With all of this, they should be hitting, they should be clearing out more. They should be killing more. So it means to tell me that they probably have a lot of troops. probably have a lot of troops. Next, we're going to look at Alexandria AXA. We got 365 out of MX6, 319. So it seems these guys are a little bit heavier handed. 200s on the top. Shabam. Justice Oil. Ichiraku for sale. And then looks like healers down in rank 1. All right, Raijin, I see you. I see you. Next, we're going to jump over to Jade Legion, looking first at Exhaust. Now, I know Exhaust from Originals because I believe they were one of my first original alliances. Not alliances, pardon me, but regions. 196 was one of my original regions for one of my original accounts. And we got into fights with these guys a long time, so I know these guys, or at least this alliance, might be different people, but I still know this alliance. Might be different names and things like that, but Brunette. 235, 207 out of the Lear, 313, Cybertron. These guys are good. They're good fighters, so it'll be an interesting battle. Lots of decent number of 200s. Let's see if I remember. Lunar Cat. Enigma. Sheila. Drops off pretty quickly after that, though. They're pretty active, though, so we're going to have to, you know, watch out for it. And they do have that 300. They do have Cybertron, so they do have something to rely back on. So we'll have to see. Epic being led by Dog Tape at 170. You got Rin killed there at 380. Rick Nild. Crixus, 283. Venom is here, 261. They kind of drop off a little under 200 at that point. Got a couple of 200s in their R3s. Lofago. Mac Daddy Mao. Hot Grandma. But that's epic. Now we've got Tomb of Nazarick. Tomb of Nazarick being led by Arat. We got Jimbo 2000. Prophet. Scary Knight drops off after Kasaden. Reaper's in there. This actually doesn't look as bad as I thought it was going to look, to be fair. I think we've got a really good chance. I mean, Power Man. I mean, so far we've got the highest couple of players in the region or in the game on our team. Power Man is here, so we'll have to see how he does. Full white parts, almost full Transcendence, much older account. Decent. That'll probably be their range leader. Most half tier 6 kill. The guy likes to fight. That's good. So Power Man is going to be something to have to worry about. It'll really just depend on if 69 RE is going to be here, you know? Yeah, we just looked at SVBM. Next, we look at TDK1 being led by Nikki. 264 over here. 257. Kind of drops a little bit after that. Quickly into the R3s. Drops pretty quickly. R2s look to be healers. R1s look to be farms. That's not bad. Not bad, TDK1. Now we got to look into Azure Legion. First, Dark Evil Soul, Dark, D4RK being led by Ares at 200 million. Karomi at 242. Don Vaso, 191. Shout out to Don Vaso, 191. Salta Vinus, 250. It's not bad. Asher, 206. Drops off after that. Nothing much in R2, R1. I assume R1s are going to be alts, probably. That's D4RK. D4RK. Now we got to look at Zont. Hifkin, 128. 176. So this is very low. Yeah, these guys shouldn't be here either. 196 is their highest. Yeah, these guys should not be here either. They just got a lot of members. They're going to be struggling. White Hell being led by Bloody Axe. This is bad. 6.8 million might. 6.8 billion. 259. A lot of kills, though. A lot of kills, though. Likes to fight. That'll be good. 238. 217. I got so few players. That must just be their fighting weight. Next, we look at Vina Perfect VPF coming out of 275, being led by Damoon X. 224 for him. Carpentron 220 drops off pretty quickly after that. 172 down to 102 out of their R4 team. Not much out of here either. 184 is what they're looking at. Oh no, VPF not bringing very much either. Next, we're going to look at For Love Fox. For Love Ex Salvador. 373 coming out of Angel. We'll have to expect a decent amount out of him as a range main. Newer account. Newer money. Decent whale. All right, Angel, I see you. You got Jay here. Older account. 134. But decent kills. Nice white parts. Rider main. That'll be good. Drops off pretty quickly after that. 219 down to 157 out of Luffy. 299, 007 Bond. I wonder if 007 Bond and 888 Angel are going to be related in some way. This one scares me. I think this is a farm, to be honest. I mean, it's newer money, but 385 million kills only. Mostly tier 6. Well, we'll see. We'll see. All right, Bond, you'll have to prove it to me. Lala Beans. Drops off quickly after that, though. Well, that's going to give it for Fox. Either way, so it looks like the strongest Legion is going to be Gold. I think Gold is going to be the strongest Legion. I think Crimson is going to be probably the second strongest Legion. I think Blue is going to be the weakest Legion. And I think Green is going to be second to weakest. So we'll have to figure out how that goes. Now, obviously, we've been talking and we know how the regions are going to ally. That's not a question already, but I'm not going to break that to you now. We'll let the next videos give you more details on that. But other than that, that's going to break it down for our entire bracket today in G8. And what are my opinions? Well, truth be told, I still don't think GROP should be here. We should be in the lower parts of Elite, or even into the middle side of Elite, but definitely not in the top brackets of Elite. As we've mentioned, even 69 RE should not be where they are, right? Because they're like 110th or something overall. Right? Something like that. Where are they? 119th. They shouldn't be here either. Actually, they're probably closer, but they should probably be in the top bracket with the rest of them. But again, this is how IGG works. Right? That's how IGG works. Other than that, folks, thanks very much for tuning in. If you liked what we've done, if you like what we're doing here, go ahead and smash the like button. Comment down below what next segment you'd like to see or what your favorite segment is. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share it with your friends, your alliance mates, you name it. And if you can afford it, click the join button and become a member today. It's only $7.99 Canadian a month, and if you know anything about the exchange rate, that makes it pretty much nothing American. And it goes a long way to helping support the channel, because the truth is IGG, as we mentioned time and time again, doesn't care. And YouTube doesn't really pay very much until you get quite large. So it really, for those of us who are creating content at the bottom, is much more, it's much bigger of a requirement for the community to come together and support us. So if you can, click that join button, become a member, and help the channel just a little bit better that way. Other than that, folks, thanks very much for tuning in. I love y'all. Love, peace, chicken grease, and until next time, stay lifted.
Let's go.